get a
that's
a two fools agree on that one. Oh, by the way, look, we got the wide shot.
There was you had accountability. Now what I can
now all you need is a podcast and a YouTube channel.
no, not even.
Where give me the money. Show me the money.
Apparently there's a Foolproof page.
Shoot the J. Shoot it. Live at Facebook.com/Foolproof Entertainment Network. I need you on Twitter. I need you to repost the Facebook pages.
To raise a human before I would
trust a human to raise back wolves.
before I would trust a human to raise a wolf.
Right. I hear you. Yo, what up, fools? Welcome to another edition of Do Fools Agree. As always, I'm your host, Michael Reggie, here with my main man, Clifford Jordan Jennings.
That would be me.
That's you.
That's me.
That's you. What's going on, man? How's your week?
I don't know.
You don't know? We're in that limbo state now.
I just don't know.
Float around.
I just have no idea how my week was.
I mean, all right, that's fair.
Yep, no idea. I don't feel one way or another about it.
All right, there was no feeling about it. You remember having it. You didn't just black it out.
Being a part of it.
You were there.
I don't think I skipped one or anything. I just don't have a feeling about it.
I mean, yeah, it was busy. It was a busy week for me. Everybody trying to squeeze shit in before the holidays, man.
Oh, yeah, I was definitely busy. I guess that is a feeling.
But
no, I don't think that's a feeling. I think it's just...
it's a state of being, but it's not a feeling.
I don't think I felt overwhelmed or anything. It was just a busy week.
I kind of in the same way. Like, the only sense of overwhelmed I felt was more I was just tired.
Right.
Like, I was mentally exhausted. Like, I actually chilled most of this week and stayed home for most of it.
Did you?
Yeah.
I wish I could.
Nice change.
Shit.
But still, like, the work itself and... Yeah, man, everybody's losing their mind right before the holiday. I'm like, y'all, it's not that serious. We're not saving lives here. Relax. I did talk to a couple of people. A couple of folks brought up that they took their own take on the sex versus beer conversation.
Oh, really?
Yep. Everybody agreed that stouts were anal, so that was cool.
I think that's universal.
That's a universal one.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I don't know, man. I didn't have much in the way of topics tonight, so we're gonna have to see how we can riff through this.
Mm-hmm.
You got anything inadvertent to start us off?
Yeah.
I hope so, because I didn't have one this week after my brilliant one last week. So
I don't know if I can top that. Beer and sex.
Sex and beer.
But I don't even know if it's an inadvertent thought. I just have noticed.
What's that?
That the motherfuckers that ask for money and change are getting younger and younger. And I don't know where exactly that comes from. Because I feel like even over the span of generations, being too young, asking for money or change.
Okay, so you're talking like panhandler type
right.
stuff. Okay.
Was shameful.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
agree with that.
like if you're a young, able-bodied person asking for change, you should be ashamed.
Right.
And I don't know where the rule changed to where it's now just young motherfuckers out here asking for change. And I honestly think you're fucking up the game.
Yeah.
Because you asking for change turns me off of giving anybody anything.
Right. Because now you're like, well, if even the most able-bodied motherfucker can't do anything, then, like, I better hold on to mine because I might be next.
Not even that. Like, I'm thinking, like, damn, like, is this the new hustle? Like, should I be out here asking for change? Like,
I mean,
goddamn,
not
like,
wrong for feeling that way.
I don't get it. Like, everybody has their situations, but do fucking something.
Yeah.
Do fucking something.
Well, I mean, let's face it. Like, it's the laborer's market right now. People are having trouble filling jobs. So, like, I don't know that I think actually now, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not saying they're fair wages. I'm not saying minimum wage is enough to kind of keep it. Like, if you can make more money panhandling than you can working a Mick job, okay.
I mean, I can't hate, but it's almost, like I said, it's almost to the point, like, where a motherfucker asks you for change and, like, you desensitize me to the point that I'm just like, get out of my face. Like, get out of my face.
Well, I actually like the other approach is that's part of the reason why I don't carry cash. Like, I don't carry cash. I don't carry change. I do everything on a card.
I mean,
I do it all, and anymore, I do it on my phone. Like, if I can't tap my phone, I don't know that I want to be there.
I mean, there was a very recent point not too long ago where if I had it, I'd give it up.
No, I'm with you. Because I was the same way. Like, pulling up, especially right here on Miller Kelton, there's always somebody at the exit.
Right.
And I'd throw a couple bucks, and then I was like, nah. I'm like, no. At some point, it's a choice. You know what I mean? Maybe that's being harsh, but that's kind of where I'm at with it.
I mean, I don't know what it is, because I feel like now, like, you know how people will be in their car, they won't even look in their direction.
Right.
I'll stare at them as stupid as they stare at me.
You're like, nah, I'm good.
I won't even, yes or no, I'll just stare.
Right.
Until they move along past my car. And I know that's not right, but it's like, god damn, like, I can't.
Like, what am I supposed to do?
Right. Yeah, I'm going to go a couple more blocks, and there's going to be another one of you on the corner asking for money.
Right.
I seen one chick. No, it's not funny.
What do you got?
Oh, no, it's not funny. Lord, forgive me. I seen one chick on Broad and James. She pulled out a marker and started updating her site. I said, what in the fuck is she adding to that site?
Like she was adding new words to it?
Or? She pulled out a marker and updated her sign. I said, now, I want to know what she put on there that's going to change the flow. Change that money flow. Oh, I couldn't help but to laugh to myself. And I apologize, but goodness, that shit was hilarious.
Well, and the one that kills me, like, it's the ones that I see there all the time are the ones that I'm like, I have less sympathy for, I think. Like, it is... Like, there is one in particular that is over here on Ohio and Livingston. And if my mom's out there, she'll know exactly who I'm talking about. Same woman is there every day. And I'm like, the fuck are you doing? Like I told you no last time. Guess what? I'm still telling you no. Like, you see me come through here all the time. No. And then there's another one who's more insidious, and I see her everywhere now. And I fell for it the first time. And then she must have thought that I forgot, or she thought she could hit me again. She will walk up to the door with a pillow on her belly.
Say she's pregnant?
Oh, no, she won't even say she's pregnant. She'll hand you a note that says she's deaf and she's pregnant. And I'm like, bitch, you gave me the same thing last year. Get the fuck out of here.
Listen, it's Christmas time.
Right? I'm like, no. Even if you are, again, everywhere I look, there are hiring signs. Go get a fucking job.
And listen.
And again, I'm not saying that jobs pay what they should. I'm not. But if you have between that and going door to door or standing at a corner, you made your choice. You're standing at the corner because I can find 3 places within 3 blocks of here that are hiring.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say I don't know. I haven't been in the current market, but I can't say I haven't seen postings.
I mean,
it's not even beyond that. I mean, it's beyond that with me. It's like I said, it's the able-bodied motherfuckers that are just out here messing up the game for everybody.
Right.
You're messing up the game for everybody.
I don't know. I mean, there's part of me that feels guilty and like because I have, and so I share. Like I trust me, dude. I've gotten hit up for charity like so many times over the last 3 weeks, and I've donated to a lot. But
don't feel guilty for having.
But yeah, it's like, nah, I do my part. I'm not gonna be Captain Save-A-Ho.
Nah, you can't be guilty for having, and you can't donate yourself into somebody's same situation.
Right.
But at some point, I don't know. I'm not gonna say that, but I do feel that way about some people. Like, just fucking do something. Don't fix your mouth to ask me for something unless it's a motherfucking job.
Right. No, and you know what? During the summer, I'll do that. I'll be like, I'll give you $20 to come cut my grass. I've got a lawnmower. And then they say no. I'm like, then get the fuck out of here.
Listen. Nah, because the motherfuckers is like cats. They be around every 2 weeks to check to see if you got your grass cut.
I mean...
Nah.
I'm mad. I used to pay behind the house.
I don't need nobody knocking on my motherfucking door every 2 weeks.
I'm also a sucker when it's a kid. Like if it's a young buck. Different. Right.
But a grown motherfucker just knocking on my door, motherfucker, I don't need nobody thinking this a trap.
Right.
The fuck, get your ass away from my damn house.
No doubt. I hear you.
Ain't no damn drugs in here. You knocking on my door with your grown ass to cut my grass. And you didn't bring a lawnmower with you?
Right.
Man, if you don't take your foolish ass up off my motherfucking porch.
I'll give you $40 to cut it the first time. Go get one of those push mowers from Lowe's with the wheels that spin and the blades.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good investment.
You go cut somebody else's grass.
That's a good investment.
And they give me an attitude about I ain't trying to do all that. Fuck you then.
Well,
I was trying to help you out. I was investing in you. You turned it down. Could have turned that into a whole little business for yourself.
Listen, that's a motherfucker. Tell them what the white folks tell us. Vote. Vote.
Just vote. Vote
you know what I mean? It's supposed to be your government taking care of you, not me. Them motherfuckers ain't taking care of me.
Right. I pay taxes. Go talk to them.
I paid that to them for you. Go get it from them. Right? The fuck? Go knock on that door and tell them Cliff said his 2021 taxes are paid and you want your cut.
Absolutely.
Fuck, I don't get it. This world we live in, man.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy, son.
So, to wrap that story up, I'm panhandling.
Cliff out here with a white lie, I need a beer sign.
Fuck.
I like flipping the story on them and said, well, have you talked to your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ? There's a church right down the street.
He said, yeah, I'm still waiting on my deposit on that one. In the meantime, I'm talking to you.
Well, I'm not the one that said, bring me your poor, you're sick, you're hungry, you're tired.
Listen.
Oh, wait, that's the U.S.
They did say that. I think they recalled that slogan.
I mean, I think it's still on the Statue of Liberty.
Is it? I think that was only for immigrants coming from a certain direction.
Right. To the slight northeast of us.
They said, sir, we got boats. He said, from which way? They said
north
the south.
The north of the equator or south?
They said the south. He said, turn them motherfuckers back.
Around.
Arden the cannons. They said,
shit.
sir, from the north. He said, change their name and send them through peacefully.
Change their names first, though.
Mm-hmm. That shit crazy.
Unless they're Irish, then Irish need not apply.
Listen. They snuck through too.
We did.
They snuck through too.
We lied, said we were Danish or
Nah,
English.
the gingers just wore hats.
The pale skin and freckles didn't give us away.
Nah, just shave your face and wear a hat. You'll slide through with the rest of them.
As long as we didn't slip up and say, top of the Martin into you.
No, if you didn't drop
Would you like some potatoes?
Drop a gold coin out your pocket, I think rainbow didn't fly out your ass. You might not get caught.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that's hilarious.
We're probably going to hell. It's fine.
Man.
Save me a seat.
Listen, I'm wondering if it's burning through.
We're already here.
Listen,
oh, shit.
Might be cooking as
This is purgatory.
might be cooking as we speak. That's a fact.
So, I did hop up on the Oculus this week a little bit.
Did you?
I finally got to play it a little bit.
Did you?
Dude, I played that Vader Immortal.
Hot.
I'm just saying.
I know
There,
you like
there is no feeling like holding a lightsaber in this hand and using the Force with this hand.
Right. I knew it.
I got rocks and shit flying at me. I'm like, nope.
I knew it. As soon as I saw it, I said Mike would have a blast there. And it's crazy too, because in the first couple weeks to a month with it, like you can really get immersed in the world if you play a good enough game.
Well,
because it's such a foreign thing. But then after you played it for a while, it just becomes like normal to you.
Well, and I think that's going to be the issue with it, which is why I'm hoping I picked it up at the right time, is that I see so much potential with it.
Oh,
and nobody has delivered with it yet. Like, not that I've found anyways.
Right, but
I haven't played a lot. Like, I've done, like, the shit that everybody does, right? Like, I picked up the Creed demo. I played that. I thought that was cool.
Yeah. I don't like the superpowers of it.
See, I didn't even get to that, so I only played, like, the actual demo.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, you know how, like, the demo, you, like, got a power-up button where when you fill the bar, you can, like, press it and you do, like, a special punch.
I don't think the demo has that.
It did on mine. Mm-hmm.
Maybe the demo's changed then, because it just felt like a straight boxing
match. It wasn't just that. It was extra shit.
Okay. So I did that one. I did Beat Saber, of course, which is fun, but it's like...
That's karma shit.
Yeah. And then I did Vader Immortal. And Vader Immortal is fucking awesome, but it's 3 episodes, and each episode's less than a charge on the Oculus. Like, I beat the first 2. The first one in, like, maybe an hour.
Really?
Second one in about an hour 15.
Did they do they have downloadable content that's supposed to be coming out?
Don't know. I mean, the flip side is it's Star Wars, so there will be another Star Wars game at some point. Like, there's like, I know there's actually another one that's about Galaxy's Edge, but I haven't gotten to it yet. So I gotta beat the last chapter of Vader Immortal, and honestly, like, it's a good Star Wars story too. Like, and again, the immersion, like, there's nothing like being in there with the lightsaber one hand, force in the other.
Right.
Like, it's pretty sweet.
Right.
And it's got, and even the characters that they have in it and the graphics are pretty solid. Like, it feels like being inside of a Star Wars video game. Which is sweet.
And I think that's the issue, like what you said, why people haven't, like, taken off with it, is because there's only so much you can fit onto those games.
Yeah, especially on an Oculus where it's... But that's where they're
like PlayStation, where you hook it up to the game system. That's your only other option.
Yeah, and you can do that with...
on the system, not the Oculus. It's just pulling through. Because
is there
otherwise, all the games are going to be short. Graphics aren't going to be the best.
Is there a way to upgrade the memory on it? Or do you have to go with the Rift if that's what you want?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Like, I know you can buy, like, ones with different levels of memory in it, so you've got to be able to upgrade it somehow. But they could have it locked down where they don't want you to do that. They want you to buy the other version.
Might. And then at the same time, you probably got to look at it from a marketing standpoint, where it's like most of the people aren't going to have the highest upgrade of memory. So what's the point of us making a 3-day long game for somebody that, they're not going to be able to fit it on their Oculus?
Yeah. I guess my question is, like, I don't understand. So take something like Outer Worlds, right?
What's
that? Fallout or Skyrim, like any of those games.
Right.
They're all built on the Unreal Engine. It seems like a lot of the Oculus stuff is also built on the Unreal Engine. Like, the file sizes shouldn't be that different because you can do the same thing. Like, you are in a first-person view in those games, or you can choose to be.
Right.
And you can look all the way around, so I don't understand how that's different than the Oculus from, like, a gameplay or a memory perspective.
Right. It would just be perspective.
Right. And I would be okay if, like, when you went to certain sections, you hit a loading screen. Like, that's okay to me.
Right,
like, if you're entering a new building, that's a loading screen. Like, that's to be expected.
Right.
But it just feels untapped right now.
No, I know exactly what you mean.
And there are two or three games that I've seen that I will probably bite the bullet and buy and try that look like they're that kind of sword and magic type thing, which is my genre. But I'm curious about it.
I've heard good things about that Walking Dead.
Yeah.
That Saints and Sinners or whatever it is.
Okay.
I heard that was a pretty long game, good graphics and all that. But yeah, I do agree. It all feels kind of like cell phone game-ish.
A little bit.
Like, even with the Resident Evil games that they put on the Oculus, they give you the disclaimer that it's not the full game. It's scenes and scenarios.
Yeah.
So that lets you know right there that you can't fit the full game on there. Or you would have did it.
Maybe. I don't know. See, that's where I'm struggling. Like, from a pure storage capacity standpoint, like mine's, I think it's 120 gigs. I think it was like, you could either do 100.
I think that's
128
or something like that.
So you could either do that or you could do the 256. But even 128 gigs, that's enough for a Fallout or something. Comparing it to the Xbox file sizes, those are at most an Xbox game is like 80 gigs at most.
Right.
So it can't be a gig thing. It's got to be something else. Like, nobody is. I don't know. Maybe it's too. And that's where I'm struggling with it. Is I don't see the mechanical difference between playing a first-person game on Xbox or playing it in VR on Oculus.
Well, I think another thing that we're not taking into account with the differences in games is that on Xbox, There are limited motion sequences. In a VR, you can almost do anything
because of the way it tracks.
Right, that game can't do. So that adds
that makes sense. That makes sense. All right, that's fair. Because you're right. Because if I wanted to play something like Skyrim, like I would want the sword to match my motions, not the preloaded.
You might
motions.
duck.
Right.
You know, when they swing their sword, and that player's not going to duck in the Xbox game.
True.
So
all right. That's fair.
I don't know how that translates, like what that translates to memory or...
It's got to be from just a processing power. It takes more. So that tracks. All right. You sold me. That's why. But now it is making me wonder about...
But why hasn't somebody done that from a Scratch game? You know what I mean? Like a Scratch VR game.
That's where I'm curious, and now I'm regretting getting the Oculus, although I don't have a gaming PC that could handle something like Skyrim.
Right. Now that would probably be live.
But I know that there is a VR port of Skyrim, but really? it has to be off the PC. Oh. So you've got to be wired to the PC.
That makes sense. That seems like the only thing that would be able to really support it, like a system.
But it makes me curious, like, for that. So for Skyrim, and so if there's anybody out there that's played Skyrim on VR off of a PC, does it follow your motions, or does it do the preloaded animations from like the original versions?
Like, of the game? Regardless, even if you duck, it's still not gonna make the player do that.
Right. Because that does add in a bunch of additional calculations from like how enemies shoot at you versus how you take damage or whatever. Still though, that's where the untapped potential is. And like I could see the lure of it when you get to that level of immersion.
Oh yeah. When you get to that level, then it's gonna be how the government like said, like you're gonna have people that don't want to come out. You know what I mean? People that'll be like, I'll work from here.
Yeah.
I'll throw on the Oculus and do my job.
Right. No doubt. Well, and that's the thing is you're starting to see like the workplace simulators in there.
Like, who would do that?
I mean,
children.
I'm
not playing no fucking workplace simulator.
Not workplace simulator, but thinking about it from a corporate America standpoint and how they want to get away from the real estate footprints, but what you're afraid of, and it's funny because I had this talk with one of my direct reports today. Like, people are missing that kind of between meeting interaction. Like being able to talk to your coworkers around the water cooler kind of thing.
Right.
I'm not saying I want to wear a headset all day and work, but I could see where people might think about it. Now, I also think that that's how you start to destroy society, and you end up with things like the Oasis and shit like that. And
that's that.
God knows the Oasis is the virtual world in Ready Player One.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen it, but
I think you would like it. I think you would. I think you should check it out. It's on HBO Max, I think.
Okay.
It's worth a watch. The book is solid, but I like the book because it's a bunch of like 80s and 90s like movie TV references.
Right.
So, yeah. I do have to hop on that. I haven't tried Arizona Sunshine yet.
You haven't? Yeah, that's my...
I actually haven't done any shooters in it. So, I have a question for you. So, there's two different... Generally speaking, there's two different, like, motion things that you can choose. You can either choose, like, the teleport motion or, like, smooth motion where it feels like a video game.
Right.
You like the teleport motion?
I do. I don't like
I can't stand it. I can't
like
stand the teleport motion is more jarring to me and more, like, motion sicknessy than the smooth motion.
See, no, I don't. I think the opposite. I used to like the smooth, and I can do it for a while. But if I'm playing like long periods of time, like 45 to an hour, I'm gonna get sick.
Yeah. Okay.
That teleport, I don't ever seem to get sick from it.
Gotcha.
That's one where you gotta click like the sticks to move, and it'll like...
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about, because that was like the default setting for the Star Wars game, and I had to turn it off because I'm like, this is driving me nuts.
Yeah, no, that's the best for me.
The only thing I didn't like about the Star Wars game was that there was only one speed for walking. Like, you couldn't, like, click a button in and sprint or something.
There are certain games, though, where I can do the smooth and it doesn't bother me.
I mean, how realistic does... Well, I guess I'll find out, but, like, how realistic do, like, first-person shooters feel? Like, I'm assuming that's what, like, Arizona Sunshine is. Like, does it react to you, like, moving and ducking and weaving?
Yeah, it does. I don't know that... Is Arizona Sunshine one of them? Arizona Sunshine might not recognize your duck.
Okay. Which, honestly, I'm not, like, super concerned about, but, like, that's where, again, it's the level of immersion, right?
Right.
And
but, yeah, no, it's a lot more realistic than you think. The only thing is, like, getting the hand controls right, because now you're handling a gun, so you gotta hold it a certain way to, you know.
Okay.
That takes a little bit, but then once you get that, I'm a headshot master.
Yeah. Nah, man, I tell you what, like, the Star Wars game, and, like, first time I was using the lightsaber and it disappeared on me, I'm like, oh shit, did I drop it? Do I have to go pick it up?
Right.
And it like clipped to my belt or some shit.
Yeah, that's how it was with guns in some of the games.
Yeah. It's like, it came right to me. It's like it's on a zip line.
That's usually how it is. You gotta hold that button to keep it in your hand or whatever. And then if you let go of it, it'll go back to your holster or whatever you got.
Your pocket. Nah, man, I like it. I'm glad I picked it up.
I want to see what that Star Trek's about.
Like I said, I started the tutorial. I'll get through the tutorial.
Did you do it by yourself or with other people?
Just by myself for the tutorial.
Yeah, that Star Trek looks interesting. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I'm curious about it because obviously I am, but I don't know. Like, I'm trying to. Know what I want? You know what I've decided I want? I want a fucking Star Wars fighting game where it's just lightsaber duels. I just want to fight people with lightsabers.
Now, do you mean like a online thing?
Both. I want one. I want it to be like the story virtual, like online. Mortal Kombat.
Right. That would be hot. I'm not gonna lie, that might be hot.
There's a scene in Vader Immortal where, like, these ancient, like, lightsaber wielding droids pop up. And they're coming at you from all angles, and you don't realize it at first. Right. And I saw my screen flash red, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I turned around, there's one behind me, there's one on each side.
Yeah, man. It is hot, though. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. I just like the Star Trek idea, right? Because it's kind of like less is more.
Yeah, because you're working. I mean, what it seems like is you're operating the ship. Right. It's not like you're on a planet somewhere or whatever. No, you're basically commanding a starship.
Right. It almost seems like puzzles, like a solve a situation type.
Right. Right. Well, and the other ones that are curious, the other one that I saw, there's one of the sword and sandal type games. Basically said, and it looks like kind of a low-key RPG. The graphics don't look great, but the gameplay sounds intriguing. Like, you can talk to people and barter, and, like, it's the natural voice recognition. It's not, like, selecting dialogue options.
Oh, really?
So I'm curious to see, like, how well does it work.
What game is that?
I'll let you know. I was flipping through, like, the library while I was on a status meeting today.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. Because it was a meeting that I didn't really need to be on, but my people want me there, that kind of shit.
All right.
The other one that I'm curious about, I want to play like a spaceship like a TIE fighter, X-wing battle squadrons or whatever. Like, be in the cockpit of something and like feel like you're flying through space. Now, that I could see the motion sickness becoming a problem.
Right. Right.
But it intrigued me because there's a very short sequence of that in Vader Immortal, you're not like, you're basically making the jump to hyperspeed. It's all you're doing.
Right.
And even there, like the jump to light speed where it gets to like the swirling lights where you're in light speed, I had to like turn around and walk away from that, looking at the front of the ship.
Yes, sometimes you just gotta close your eyes.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm getting old or what it is, but yeah, that shit'll drive you.
Well, I had the same feeling about the, like that's kind of that's my only fear for like a starship simulator, like, or a fighter jet simulator, like something flying.
Mm-hmm.
That might be one where like you play but you sit down.
I wonder if that would bother me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that would or not, because I learned that like in the shooting games, what bothers me is like when you're in the, like the death match with your teams playing online, it's the turning, like the
side to side. But if you're looking forward the whole time,
right, like moving forward or moving in a direction doesn't bother me, but like turning
the quick turn, I could see that. Oh man, I could see that. That got me a little bit on that scenario where I got surrounded.
Right. Yeah, that throws me off a bit.
You know what I thought was funny was, so you set up your guardian circle or whatever, right? And so I've done it in the office because after I push the desk against the wall, like I've got a nice 4 foot by 6 foot box in there that I can play in.
Right.
And it tripped me out how quickly I lost my frame of reference for the real world.
Where you were at, right.
Right. Like, how am I thought I was facing that way. Right. I'm facing that way. Like, yeah,
I've had the same thing. Like I've been on it and somebody knocked on the door and I like pull it off to walk and I walk into the couch and stuff, like, oh shit. Yeah, but I do get a kick out of it. It's definitely interesting.
Yeah. Nah, man, they come out with the full body haptic suit and I may never leave the house.
Listen, shit, it'd be a good 15 years before I could afford it. So I'd be out there burning it down.
You rocking the haptic suit? That's a line in Ready Player One as she grabs his junk. He's like, "Yep."
Oh. But it's like a elephant trunk.
I guess.
Like the elephant panties for men. You gotta slide your shit into.
Well, it's like the pocket ones, and yeah, a trunk.
Right. Otherwise, you're just grabbing my junk. Otherwise it's just a handful of dick balls. And balls, right? Like that's not doing anything
balls
for me, and I don't trust you to just have access to my balls
and not be able to do something else for me. Right. I mean, what the fuck?
Is that what does it? Does the haptic suit, is it a turtleneck? Because if you squeeze too hard, just know you're gonna feel it too.
I would assume you'd be able to set like sensitivity levels, like don't go above this.
Like
it's all good till that shit malfunctions.
So good on the haptic suits. You're gonna have to grip my balls in person. All right.
It's got a fleshlight attachment. It's fine.
I'm good on all that.
Oh man.
But I don't doubt that we too far from that.
No. Shit. They have you seen? Did you watch? No, you're not a big South Park guy. They did a post-COVID episode that basically is like 30 years after the COVID special they did, and Stan, Kyle, all of them are like 35 years old.
I did see that, and what Cartman talked that. What was it? It wasn't his funeral, was it?
Yeah, it was like Kenny had actually died, and like they went back and were like trying to figure out like what Kenny had learned and all this shit. the funniest part though is Stan, and you don't realize it at first, but like Stan's married, or at least you think he is, and then he's like, Alexa. And she nags him, and then disappears. No. So it's like a hologram, like person that follows you around as your personal assistant. I'm like, damn, that was too real. It was too real.
Listen, South Park may be the new Simpsons.
Hey, man. No doubt.
Listen, you know Simpsons, they Nostradamus with the or they got a time machine.
They might. I mean, you were talking about it last week. Maybe Tesla did finish it.
Listen, and they gave it to whoever created The Simpsons. Nazi, he's a Nazi too, by default.
Man, so none of our shows have come back yet. You watching anything? Have you been killing time?
I finished the Lost in Space. That was great.
Was it?
That was great.
I had somebody else that was talking about that the other day, and I was like, all right, I will have to. You know, I am going to try to take the 2 weeks off here at the end of the year, so maybe I'll watch it.
Yeah, you'll get hooked very quick, especially you, because that's your style of shit, and it's just different, you know, like where... I mean, it is, essentially that's what it is a Star Trek, right? But the only difference is it's, you know, groups of families.
Right.
And I feel like they do what am I looking for? What are the words I'm looking for? They gear it more around the kids than the adults. It's kind of like the kids come and grow and...
Well, that's the way the original Lost in Space was, so that tracks.
Right.
Danger, Will Robinson, right. Danger. So you've been watching that. Anything else pop up? Because we've talked about that one.
Because, I finished that. I don't know. That was one of those I didn't want it to end, and I think they're done with it, too.
Yeah. Well, this is the week, man. All sorts of shit's coming out this week.
What have I been watching?
I gave up on TV this week. I played a lot of video games. Between the Oculus.
I have played a lot of video games this week, too. I'm not going to lie.
I played Ocarina of Time.
What's that?
Zelda, the N64 Zelda game. So the Nintendo Switch just kind of had an emulator drop.
Oh, really?
So they've got like 5 or 6 N64 games out there now. So I was playing that. A-Reg and I have been playing Rocket League. I'm starting to get addicted to it.
The soccer with
the cars playing soccer.
Uh-huh.
I get the appeal. Like, I wasn't sure I'd get into it, but I guess one of his friends got it, and so he'd been talking about it, and then I realized, like, it was a $5 game.
Right.
No, it's because they try to hit you with microtransactions.
Oh, I'm sure.
And he and I had to have a conversation because the boy decided he was going to subscribe to something the other day. And then tried to play it off and blame it on his grandma. And I'm like, dude, stop. Just stop. I'm not mad at you because you subscribed for something that had a free trial.
Right.
You're okay. Don't do it again. Or else you're going to make me go in and put passwords on everything. And guess what? You're not going to know the password. And you're going to have to ask Mom to log in to let you play Xbox. Like...
That's tough.
Right? So, don't do it again. Don't be an asshole about it. Fucking don't click on something if it says bye. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I got. That's why I don't like linking my cards.
Yeah, I get it.
Or at least I have a password if I do link it.
That's the thing is I've got to figure out, because I know Microsoft, because you and I dealt with this, I know you can put a pin in. Mm-hmm. I don't know if they have that on the Xbox. I might have to check that out. The problem is I think if you do... Well, no. I'll have to check it out because I think you can do a pin and only make it for transactions.
Yeah. I think that is an option.
So I'll have to check that.
I can't remember how to get to it.
He's getting to that age where he might try it. Now, the flip side is he got a phone call the immediate second that it went through.
Right.
Because I got the email.
Right.
The other thing we've run into lately is with the way the accounts are set up, we bump each other off all the time. So, like, I'll try to log in and it'll be like, this is being played on another device under the same account.
Oh, so he didn't have an account.
He does on Switch, but it's all my stuff. So, like, I created a separate account on Switch, but I can't play all of the shit that I bought over the years. He's got the primary. Yeah. It's dumb. It's dumb. I mean, I get why they do it because you don't want the Netflix sharing passwords situation. It sucks when it's your son and the only reason you're in the situation is because you and his mom split up. Like, so I feel bad for him on one hand. On the other hand, I'm like, sometimes I just want to play the game I want to play, and I don't want to have to wait for you to get the fuck off the Xbox.
Right.
So we're working through it, and the nice thing is we have a Switch and an Xbox, so usually I can find something on the other system if I want something to do, because that's all it is something to kill time.
Yeah, try get it.
Because I finished my Star Wars book finally. That one took a while. I've got another
Star Wars book.
Yeah.
I try to read those.
What's up?
They still make those?
Oh yeah, no, Disney's all over the place with it. There's a whole new. They have introduced like a whole new era in Star Wars. That's like, I think they said it's 500 years before like Phantom Menace, the prequels.
Okay.
And so the only character that, and he hasn't popped up in any of the books yet because I'm thinking they're planning a big reveal. And actually, they just showed the trailer for the new video game. He's in that. Is Yoda. Yoda would be the only person that's around. But it's interesting because it's an era they've never explored before. So it's like in the universe, but it's nice that it's not tied to any old characters.
Right.
So it's like all new characters. It's a whole new situation. And the way they're approaching it is interesting. Like, I don't know that there will actually be... I'm sure eventually it could get to the point where there's a movie or a TV show.
For the 500 years before shit?
It's called the High Republic era. And so I'm sure they could get to that, but right now, it's all books and comics. And then there's a video game that's coming out. I don't know. They just dropped a trailer for it, but I think it's still in development, so it'll probably never come out because that's what happens with Star Wars games these days. But it's interesting.
Is Star Wars still as popular as it was like back when?
I think it ebbs and flows. Like, I do think that the movies really generated a lot of excitement about it, but then the movies pissed a lot of people off the second Disney.
You mean like the newer?
Yeah, okay. With the girl and
right, and the black boy and the immigrant from the South.
Yeah, exactly. They got their whole social justice league going.
I don't get it though, motherfucker. You can have aliens, but you can't have a nigga in space.
Right.
Freak out. A fair-skinned man in space.
Well, we'd all be translucent if we lived in space, so maybe there's legitimacy to it.
Y'all have artificial sun. And that ain't enough. Y'all have to have onboard tanning boots.
That's actually what you sleep in at night. Is something that gives you
I'm telling you,
a little melanin in your skin.
That is a little too dark for you out there.
They'd be shining lights at the ship. You'd be reflecting them off.
They would come up with old wise tales saying that stars are just white folks that oh shit, they got sucked out into the ether and now they just shine.
That might be it. That might be a new story for
Those are old wise.
I mean, wasn't that what Mufasa said?
That's something like
the
that.
kings of the past live up there.
Something like
watching
that.
over us.
I think he was talking about aliens, though. That was Africa.
Well, I mean, that's where the aliens settled. It was Africa.
That's why he thinks that those are the kings of the past.
Kings of the past. All right, I can buy it. I'm down.
Yeah, that's what I think. But as far as white folks being stars, I thought that that's what Orion was.
Yeah, the hunter.
Right, he was the white man. He's up there.
Mm-hmm.
What about
a lot of the Greek gods are?
Right. Maybe I'm on to something. Maybe I'm on to something.
Maybe. You might be right.
Y'all
Poseidon, he's up there.
Yeah.
Although he might be, I don't know. He might be blue.
Listen, or maybe I don't know. What's the other one? The one with the sword.
Damn. Now you're getting into constellations. I don't know.
That's gonna bother me.
I can't
remember
there.
either.
We talked to Orion.
Damn.
Is Achilles up there? Is there an Achilles conversation or?
I don't think that's what I'm thinking. That's gonna bother me. Yeah, but white folks are stars.
White folks are stars.
I think that's where y'all got the Hollywood Walk of Fame from. See, it all adds up if you think about it.
Yep.
What were we talking about before then?
We were talking about Star Wars: The High Republic. Before that, it was Oculus.
Okay.
Before that, I think you dropped in Lost in Space in there too. I mean, there's a couple of movies out right now that I want to go see.
Oh, that's what I watched. Did you see?
Watch?
Fuck, what is it called? It's on Netflix. Damn, I can't think of the name.
There is something that just dropped. I haven't seen it. But I know there's something new that just dropped that's got a lot of buzz right now.
It's a Netflix movie, and it got kids in it about these... the camp at the end of the world, or...
Okay.
The camp at the edge of the world, or
gotcha.
Something like that. It's a comedy, but it's like a serious not really serious. It's like it's not really scary either. It's like a comedy about kids that get dropped off at the summer camp, and while they're at summer camp, there's a alien invasion, like an attack on Earth.
That's up my alley.
And and one of the it's a legit attack, like where fighter jets are fighting spaceships in the air and shit.
And it's focusing on like kids on the ground,
right?
This shit going down.
So one of the fighter jets goes down, or something in the space goes down, and one of the soldiers that comes out hands the kid a flash drive and says, "Make sure you get this to so and so down at the state building. He'll know what to do with it," or something like that. Okay. So it's basically the kids, like these 4 kids that are trying to get this flash drive to this state building while the aliens are attacking. It's a good movie, though. I'm
trying to find it on here. It's not Cowboy Bebop, is it?
No, it's like Camp Edge of the World, or...
That's gonna drive me nuts. All right, I'll try to find it.
It's a Netflix original, though, and it did just come out. It is a good movie. I did fall asleep on the end of it, but it was late when I found it.
Gotcha.
So that's not because I was.
Well, when
bored.
You get home, text it to me.
Yeah, I'll know it as soon as I get there because it'll be in my recents. It is good though.
I'm down.
It's a lot better than I thought it was going, because I turned it on thinking like, let me just put something on before I go to sleep.
And you ended up watching a lot of it.
Right.
That's cool.
It was good.
That's always good, man.
It was funny too, because I'm the guy that likes comedies with kids where they let the kids be loose.
Yeah.
You know, like cussing and shit, talking about shit they shouldn't be talking. I like shit like that.
Good Boys.
Right, exactly. So this was
role models.
This was one of those movies, so I got a kick out of it. Like Cooties. Have you seen Cooties?
No.
Cooties was about the teachers. It was a zombie apocalypse, but instead of zombies, it was the kids turned into them. So it's really adults just killing kids. And I got a kick out of that too. They were just running around bashing elementary school kids' heads in with baseball bats. It was a good movie.
It's one of those things that probably shocks you at first, and then you loosen up and realize that it's meant to be funny.
Right. It got dude from The Office in it.
Okay.
The weird one. With the glasses.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I've never really watched the show.
Rainn Wilson. He's
Gotcha.
in it. I think he's a gym teacher or something like that.
Got a couple of few people chiming in the chat. So we got Angie with Rocket League could be a lot of fun, and they do have a pin set up, so I'll have to look into that. And then Amanda chiming in with Rim of the World. Appreciate it.
There you go. Right.
Good stuff. So Rim of the World, we'll put it on the list.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. I might have to go finish that when I get home tonight. I can't think of what else I've been watching now. I think there was a couple others, but I don't remember. Don't come to mind.
Yeah. Well, there's a couple of things out right now that I'm like, well, fuck it. Maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday when I'm off and I don't have Andrew, I'll just go catch a double feature at Lennox or Easton.
Oh, like a movie,
yeah.
Like that's out.
Like I want to see. I mean, I want to see Ghostbusters Afterlife.
That does look interesting.
And it already looks like it's starting to trail out of the theater, so I'm like debating, or when will it come to streaming somewhere?
Right.
The new Spider-Man movie comes out, which I'm interested in because it's like
that's the one where they opened up the portal to the multiverses or whatever.
Yep. And so it's basically like Into the Spider-Verse, which was the cartoon movie
have a
last
live
year.
Action pig in the
Spider-Ham. Peter Porker.
Live action.
No, but it's,
Charlotte's Web and Spider-Web movie.
And it's interesting because they're bringing in like all the characters from like Sam Raimi's trilogy when we were growing up. So like,
what's that?
The original Spider-Man trilogy from like the 2000s.
With like Dr. Octopus and shit.
So they're like bringing back a bunch of the characters. Jamie Foxx from the Amazing Spider-Man movie is back.
The electric dude.
Yep, with I don't remember Garfield, Andrew Garfield, when he was Spider-Man, kind of that middle series that didn't do very well.
I don't know the
I never watched that one.
Only Spider-Man I know is Tobey Maguire.
Yep. So that's the original Spider-Man trilogy, and rumor is that both Maguire and Andrew Garfield are going to show up and like have interactions with Tom Holland
in the multiverse or whatever.
Yep. I'm curious to see if they introduce Spider-Woman. So if they introduce Gwen Stacy.
Spider-Woman. Was she real?
Yeah.
There's like a whole Spider-Woman.
Well, and the other thing they could do is they might introduce, because I think they introduced Miles Morales at one point. So Miles Morales is the Black Spider-Man.
Right.
So I wonder if they pull him into this version of
Lil Nas X.
Yeah, there you go. I'm gonna take my web to the old town. Nope.
I don't want to hear nothing about no webs.
Especially from not from
Lil
Nas
Nas X shooting no webs. I don't want to hear nothing about that. But yeah, I saw something on the internet talking about Lil Nas X for Miles Morales. I said, "Oh shit!" I'm not hating on my guy.
I think they already cast Miles Morales, but I'm not sure.
Who was it?
Pretty much a no name, which I would actually like.
Right.
Like, I like it when they do that, so that you immediately associate him with the character versus other roles. Like that was the nice thing about Tom Holland, the current Spider-Man. Like. Wasn't in anything before this, or at least not like well known.
Right.
And so, like, unfortunately for him, he will always be Spider-Man. Kind of like, what's his name? Daniel Radcliffe will always be Harry Potter, no matter what he tries to do.
Right. Right.
But actually curious at some point, like, and I know she's been in a couple of other things, but hasn't played major roles. Like, I want to see Daisy Ridley in something that's not Star Wars. She's the one that
Daisy Ridley?
She's the one that plays Rey, the girl from the
Jedi or whatever.
Series. Yeah.
I can't really see her face, but who? I never knew of a Spider Woman.
Yeah, she shows up. I'm not super familiar with the character, but she's in the Spider-Verse movie. And the other one that I've heard like good things about so far that you probably won't have any interest in seeing is the new West Side Story.
I love
you love West Side Story? Okay.
I didn't know there was a new West Side Story.
There is. Oh, Eternals is the other one, the other Marvel movie that's out right now. So I might do a double feature with Spider-Man and Eternals. Watch them back to back, just to kill a day.
I think I might be for that West Side Story now.
Yeah. People are just glad that they racially appropriately casted people.
Oh, right. Because we all know that first West Side Story
was a bunch of white folks.
That motherfucker looked like that. That bitch took place in Pleasantville. That's all I'm saying.
Pretty sure Maria was pretty white in that movie.
But listen, first of all, Carlos Santana wasn't singing about your white ass. Second of all, we know Trevor doesn't know how to work a knife like that.
No?
No, so? He doesn't. He didn't grow up in the number streets.
Oh, man. Well, then
get the fuck out of here.
Your namesake is still out there. What's it say? I can't
I don't know. It says, first of all, the music that people call Latin or Spanish is really African, so black people need to get credit for that. Carlos Santana. But I'm just saying, this phone.
It knows it's listening to you, Cliff.
That is fucking crazy. That's crazy.
And
Carlos Santana is not just a coincidence guy.
No.
That might very well be the first time he's ever been posted on my Facebook.
You needed.
Who's talking about Carlos Santana? I didn't even know he was still alive. Now he's got posts up on my Facebook. Facebook been out for 15 years, and here comes Carlos 15 years later. Yeah, I don't trust it. Let's try something else.
William Shatner.
Well, now you gotta check your phone. My phone is like, we heard it. He ain't.
That one's gonna be too suspicious.
Right, he's not looking at that one. Let's see.
With the guitar strings played by Carlos Santana.
Listen.
And we just got demonetized. Oh, wait. Now I want to go back and listen to... That's Wyclef and Carlos?
Yeah, I got that on my phone.
That and, what is it?
Classic.
Smooth with
Maria, you know you're my lover. When the wind blows, I can feel you through the weather. And even when we are apart,
still feels like we're together.
Maria, she remind me of West Side Story.
Well, there you go. It was two keywords together. It was West Side Story and Carlos Santana.
Is that all the phone needed was that?
Right. God, that was such a good hit.
It was.
It was.
It was.
And again, I like the Carl Thomas, the dude from Matchbox 20, the Smooth with Carlos Santana too. where he had that. It was that those two songs came out like back to back.
I think I know what you're talking about, but I can't hear it.
I used to know that entire song.
Right.
And now
but I think I know what you're talking about. I know I can see the video.
Right, because it's just like a sandy,
right.
Like
I know I can see the video, but I can't hear the song.
'Cause you're so smooth. No, yeah, I don't remember. We'll have to play that one afterwards.
I might want.
There are a couple of good ones there, though.
Listen, you can't sleep on Carlos.
I mean, Spanish guitar is one of those things. Like Spanish guitar, probably gonna enjoy the song. Irish tin whistle, probably gonna enjoy the song.
I don't know. Listen, I don't know nothing about an Irish tin whistle, but I agree. It shows
up
first.
It shows up in a bunch of like Flogging Molly type songs, so like almost like that Celtic rock kind of stuff.
I think I know exactly what you're talking about.
I can't do it.
I said I was about to, and then I lost the tune.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to go on a little musical journey after the show today.
A musical journey, huh?
What else did I mean?
An immigrant musical journey.
There you go. It's funny. That's the second time Irish music has come up in conversation for me this week.
What kind of conversations are you having?
We were talking. Me and someone else were talking about Christmas music, and we were sending songs back and forth because I was arguing that John Legend's Legendary Christmas is the best Christmas album ever made.
Yeah, you've said that. I don't know if I can deal with John Legend.
I like John. I like him a lot. It's funny because on my memories today, the photo with him came up in my memories today.
I don't know if I can deal with
cut that one in half.
Christmas. We'll keep John in it. You and John.
Me and John. Who's that other person whose arm's there? I don't know. It's
another fan.
Just another fan. We had second row seats that night. I've got great pictures from that night.
John Legend. All right, John.
But no, so we were talking Christmas music, and weird vibe was Christmas in Killarney, the Irish Rovers Christmas album.
Oh yeah, listen.
Christmas in Killarney with all the folks at home.
You know, certain things are culturally beyond.
Yeah, space used to be one of them too.
It did, and I'm warming up. But that right
You're not gonna
there,
do Christmas in Killarney with me.
That's
Cliff?
culturally beyond me. You know what else is culturally beyond me?
What's that?
That goddamn group chat.
I was about to bring up the group chat. I was gonna ask you, how quickly did you mute that shit?
I don't even listen. My phone must have did it for me, but I see some of the messages pop up across my screen.
Did you see Uncle Dave get pissed?
No, I didn't. What was he mad at?
I mean, he was just mad that he was on the thread because he's not going to be here, and I guess he's having a little bit of a hard time, and like he's disappointed he's not going to be here. So
I would understand.
I was trying to help him out. Like I hopped off the thread and kind of texted him like, "Here's how you can mute it. I'll ask KB to restart it."
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah.
But yeah, how do you like being on the family group chat? You've always talked about how we're such in the family together, and I immediately apologize to you for it.
Listen, like I said, I see some of those texts pop up, and I don't even know what they mean, what y'all are asking for. I'd be like, they just talking Caucasian, and I don't know. They said, bring the what's the name, and I said, what is that, and what kind of food y'all gonna be having? I don't know what y'all asked for. All I recognize is Diet Coke. They're like, well, I'll bring pop and Diet Coke. I said, okay, I know what they're talking about. I don't know what that
Well, the good news is the food is usually on point. So
no, I'm not saying I'm not. I've been to.
No. I know.
I'm just saying the kinds of things were being said. I was like, I don't even.
Dude, the conversation.
I don't know what we're eating. He said, bring smoked meats and stuff. I'm like, okay. I'm assuming like pulled pork and shit, or is he talking like jerky? Like. Nah, but you know.
No, I get it.
I did get a kick out of it.
Dude. And I just started talking shit on it. It was kind of where
I almost started asking, like, what's that? What's that? And then they started coming back to back, and I said, they'll be teaching me all day if I ask any time I don't recognize what they talking about.
Well, the good news is in the thread, it says the only thing that Cliff and Mick need to bring is their damn selves.
Listen, so that's the only thing I think y'all gonna want from me. 'Cause I don't know where to get none of that shit y'all talking about.
Right. I will,
sell that and save a lot.
Right. I will
Can't
probably
get a charcuterie board and save a lot.
Honestly, what will probably happen is the day before, I will probably make a Kroger run and pick up, like, a veggie tray, a charcuterie tray.
Can go wrong with veggies. I'm a veggie tray killer.
And so I'll probably
sometimes when I go grocery shopping, I just buy a whole veggie tray and eat it myself.
I mean, that's not bad. Oh, the Rita chiming in via text because she can't do it on the YouTubes.
Oh, well, what happened?
Around Christmas, Killarney.
Kicked.
Christmas in Killarney.
Christmas in Killarney.
She says it's a great song.
Oh, I'm sure. I just don't know nothing about Killarney or Christmas there.
There is a comedy Christmas CD that my dad used to play.
Uh-huh.
That is Bob Rivers' Twisted Christmas. And it's got such wonderful songs as Grab Your Balls.
Oh!
And it's to, like, Deck the Halls.
Right.
Like, grab your balls like Michael Jackson.
No, really?
It's fucking hilarious.
Oh, man.
There is I Am Santa Claus to the I Am Iron Man song by Black Sabbath, which is also pretty fucking good. What's the other one? Jingle Hell's Bells, which is another one that's in, like, the style of AC/DC doing all of my favorite things.
Right.
I've been playing that one this week just to make myself laugh during the day.
Right.
But the I am Santa Claus. Ho, 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 ho. There's a great line in that song. It's, leave him cookies and beer. He'll be back to your house first next year.
Right. That's what's up.
I'm gonna need to school Andrew on that one.
Right. Leave him cookies and beer. Santa's lactose intolerant nowadays.
We actually did that a couple of years. Now that I think about it.
What, cookies and beer?
Yeah, we left Santa cookies and beer.
Gotta be. That milk's gonna be there, baby.
Right.
That milk.
Santa needs that pick me up, man. Maybe leave him some Coke. You gotta get through all night.
Listen. You wanna save some money? Leave him some baking soda. And they're vamping.
Making psychosomatic.
And they're vamping Santa Claus. These presents be fake as hell. Oh shit, man, ain't nothing going on in the world.
No, Omicron.
What's Omicron?
Oh, the latest variant.
Oh yeah,
COVID variant.
Yeah.
New York re-mandating masks indoors.
They said that that's the best bet though.
It's just masking up.
No, the Omicron variant. They said that that's the somebody called it the.
Are you looking for your mass extinction event, Cliff?
Not the savior variant. They called it something though. They said that this variant is the best thing that could happen to people because since the symptoms are so minor, this would be the one to catch that would cause the herd immunity.
Gotcha.
To the entire. So they were saying
to whoever's left.
Hopefully, people do catch Omicron because they won't have the symptoms as bad, but they'll have the antibodies for COVID to protect them.
Yeah.
Moving forward. I mean, that sounds like that makes sense.
It does.
If that's the the least
if the antibodies you develop from that defend against the other variants.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Now I wouldn't be throwing COVID parties like we did in the beginning, but I mean I agree with the logic.
Back to masking up with
the logic. That logic makes more sense to me than a vaccinated logic.
I hear you.
Just honesty.
I don't agree with you, but I hear you.
I mean, you don't have to, but that makes more sense to me. The fuck? I just don't get it. I don't get it. And then especially knowing how many people that are vaccinated are catching it again. And it's like, well, goddamn, what did you get vaccinated for?
I don't disagree with that. And the thing is that what being vaccinated, at least what I've read, is that your symptoms are much more mild.
Right. That's really the only benefit. So if that's the case, then you can't then turn around and look at somebody who's unvaccinated as a threat.
Right. I don't disagree with that.
Because that's what the vaccine doesn't stop you from spreading it, and it doesn't stop you from catching it. So like I was saying to somebody else, essentially that would mean I'm the safest person to be around. Right? Because even if you're vaccinated, all you're doing is masking symptoms.
Right.
You could be fully COVID, have COVID in your system, not have the symptoms because you're vaccinated and be spreading it
to others,
other people who are vaccinated as well.
Yeah.
But with me not being vaccinated, if I were to have COVID, you would know a little bit easier that I'm sick than that person who's been vaccinated.
Yeah, I hear you.
So that would make other people more dangerous to vaccinated people than unvaccinated.
Your point about the Omicron variant then is even more
to
the point.
Right.
Like there was a little bit of mass concern, but now it's like, Omicron's
the people that have been catching it been like, yeah, I'm good. I didn't have that.
Yeah.
And then that's what made them say, well, if that's the case, then I wonder what happened if everybody catches it.
Right.
Now, how fast that happens and the way it looks is that they're trying to prevent people from catching it, as they should, but...
Well, what's interesting, at work, we moved back our return to office date again.
Really? Ours hadn't moved back yet.
We moved it from January back to March now.
See, ours was... ours was originally January, and they moved it back to February back in October, and they haven't moved it back since.
Well, it's interesting because, I don't know. I've got associates that are concerned for objections to the vaccine, but then you have to, if you are asked to be in the office, you are responsible for basically paying your own testing fees.
Right.
So...
I think that's similar to what they're talking about at my job. But that's not going to work either. That's not going to work either. And I'm willing to do that, right? Because that's only going to last a month maybe before people are like, I'm not doing this.
Right.
And then you're going to be forced with saying, we can't afford to lose the people that don't want to get vaccinated.
Right. I don't disagree with that.
So I'll pay for that 2 months before you realize that this isn't sustainable.
Right.
But, I mean, if it comes down to it, shit, I'm going to have to start looking because everybody's not going to be, regardless of what the government says, everybody's not going to be able to follow that.
No.
And everybody's not going to follow that.
They're trying. They're trying, but I think that is a situation where free market will win out.
Right. You have no choice.
Right.
Because you're struggling to keep things running now.
Yep.
And then you're going to then cut the market in half again with the... vaccine mandate.
And we were talking about it earlier. People are struggling to fill jobs right now anyways.
And then you're going to cut it in half again. Okay, that's fine. We'll see how long that lasts.
And then you got a whole bunch of unemployed people who are getting riled up.
Oh, they're robbing as we speak. They're robbing as we speak. They talking about LA. LA got the purge going on. It's 365. Fuck you, LA. That's what we've been dealing with the whole time y'all been out there in y'all's fucking palm treed suburb. Ain't no fucking purge in LA.
Right.
Y'all pussies just experiencing what Middle America's been experiencing for the entire... Come on.
Middle America, now it's a tragedy.
Terminator, you better fucking deal with it. Son of a bitch.
Now, my
Austrian son of a...
He's not the governor anymore.
Oh, he's not?
I don't think so.
Oh, no, it's that one dude they hate.
Right. Oh, hey.
Yeah, I can't think of his name. It's that one
People
dude
didn't hate. People didn't hate Arnold enough, so he can't be a politician anymore. No, but our company did follow up the announcement about return to office with a good announcement.
What?
That they totally fucking botched the communication on. We moved to unlimited PTO. Like, as long as you provide notice, you can take vacation.
What?
Now, nobody will end up taking... Anybody that makes it a problem will fuck it up for everybody else.
Wait, right? See, I don't know if I'm just a pessimist, but...
No, you're probably on the same page as some of my directs that I was
it's not unlimited. It's because it still has to be approved. So chances are I'm not going to get much more than I already received.
Fair. Depends on your boss. That's what it comes down to.
Well, also with the fact that the market's thinning out and you're talking about vaccinations leads me to believe that I'll get comparable PTO. Because then you're not going to have the work capacity to let me out.
Let you out.
For it to be
That's
unlimited fair. As you say it is.
No, and I think it depends on the role, and it depends on, again, your manager has ultimate authority there.
So that's essentially for upper management.
I probably.
That is. Because we can't let the minions go.
Because
if we let them out.
Because if my team asks me for time off, I'm always going to say yes. Like, is your shit covered?
Right.
Cool, take it.
Right. But that's also not the motherfuckers in collections at Alliance.
Nope.
Yeah, we need you here.
Why you gotta say names, dude? Speaking of names, I didn't get the Bexley job.
Oh, really? Fuck them.
That was kind of my attitude about it. Not fuck them, but, you know. What sucked was that it went really well, and then it was... The email back was kind of nonchalant, and I'm like, they already know who they're hiring. Like,
who wants to coach losers?
Fair.
Honestly, though, and I don't mean that from a personal standpoint about these kids, but I mean, like, the program is a loser program. It's a loser program.
And what was my response when I got the notice about it was, no worries, good luck in your search. The Rams will see you on the field next season.
I know. I know that's right.
Because you know me. I'm petty.
Right. I still have
and
my
it wasn't
job.
rude. It wasn't rude. I just said, and I'll see you on the field next year.
With a little more added animosity.
Uh-huh. There will be a reinstatement of the first one's free rule, which is the whole...
Right.
You
gotta explain it.
First one's free. I've used that rule for probably the last
Coach,
15
you're gonna have
years.
To give me two, because the first one's gonna give me a little amped up, so I might overstep on the second.
And so for the uninformed, the first one's free rule for my defensive line is you get a roughing the passer penalty in the first half. I don't care.
I mean...
And I will take the heat from the head coach.
I mean, I almost feel like I need one of you to get a roughing the passer within the first quarter of the game.
Right.
Just to let them know what time it is.
Exactly.
Get that fucking ball out quick, because we will hit you late if we have a chance.
Here.
Right.
Warriors,
Listen,
come out to play.
I'm grabbing number 99 and said, go and give him 15, son. Go and give him 15.
First one's free.
And make it worth it.
Right. No doubt.
And make it
worth it.
Worth it. Man, I miss football.
Oh, man.
No, I don't. Because I wouldn't be able to play this football.
I have had the same conversation with people.
I wouldn't be able to play it.
Like, if I were to go back and pull up both my high school and my college highlight tapes, how many times I rushed the pass.
Right.
Or got a hurry and then still delivered a shot.
Right.
Yeah, I'd have been thrown out of half the games I played in. Because that was the mentality. It was go out there and make them know you're there.
Right. I'm not going to run at you with my hands up.
No.
You're at least going to get a hard push.
No. And that is one of the things that drives me nuts with kids these days. Like, they want to, like, try to jump and deflect it. I'm like, nah, lay his ass out. Because guess what? He's going to be more hesitant to throw the ball next time.
Right. He don't care about that bat.
No.
Now, if he getting up off his throwing shoulder.
Right.
Yeah, no, I couldn't play. They won't even let you break a wedge anymore.
No wedge breaker.
I was a wedge-busting maniac.
That doesn't surprise me at all. Apparently, my little brother was, too, because that's what ended his football career.
Oh, that was my favorite thing to do. I don't know if I would say favorite. Of course, I like running the ball, but just knowing all I'm here to do is hit.
Right.
Like, I just got to hit. I don't even have to make the tackle. I just have to blow somebody's wig back.
Right. Light them up.
Man, it's done. It's already done. It's already done. I was doing that anyway.
Right.
If the wedge was on this side of the field, somebody was getting busted on this side. I can't get to that ball. But you, sir.
Sorry about your luck.
I've gotten a few penalties for that. What do they call it? Unnecessary roughness, hitting a man that had nothing to do with the play.
Out
or
away from
like
the
that.
play or some shit.
I've gotten a couple of those.
Well, anymore, man, like, the one that kills us is the crackback.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're illegal now, at least at the high school. Well, I think they're illegal all over the place, but you can't peel
they're
back
illegal
anymore.
even in the NFL.
And
They shouldn't be.
Well, and the rule is weird, and the rule isn't enforced correctly. And the problem with the rule is that you can't basically peel back unless you get your hands out, unless you initiate contact with your hands.
So you can crack back with your hands
as long as you're in front, and you can't throw a shoulder.
Forearms and
you've got to have your hands out away from your body. The basic rule is you can't initiate the contact with your shoulder or your body.
So I could technically throw two forearms at you.
Theoretically, yeah. What I will tell you is it never gets called correctly because they don't ever see the block. They see the results of the block.
Right.
And so if they see a kid who gets decleated from a shot like that, because I had 2 or 3 this year that I'm like, that was a clean fucking hit. That was a clean hit. He got his hands out and everything. And they're like,
let me find a crackback where you didn't decleat the player and get off the field.
Right.
Sit this one out. You mean to tell me he didn't see you coming and he just walked away from that? Get out. You don't want to be here. Get out.
Nope. You don't want it enough.
What? I couldn't do it.
No.
I couldn't do it.
The game's different, man.
It's almost like soccer. They might as well give refs red flags now.
Yep. Well, I mean, that's basically what they do. It's the targeting and throwing them out of the game. Like,
it's soccer anymore.
And I don't agree.
I mean, honestly,
I'm okay with targeting penalties at the NFL level, and I'm okay with it in college since they review it.
That you reviewed in college.
High school, it fucking sucks because there is no review.
Right.
And most of the time, the officials don't actually see what happened.
And there's a lot of gray area with those calls too.
Right. There is.
Because if the offensive player lowers his head and shoulder into the hit and it hits helmet to helmet, that then doesn't become a targeting.
Does not become a targeting, correct.
Because he initiated contact. Right. Yeah, I mean, I mean, but at the same time, you got to give refs credit too at the high school level because there isn't a replay. You know, they kind of just have to make that call on the fly.
Well, that's also why, like, it shouldn't be called, though, unless it is blatant.
Right. No, I agree.
Like, a kid is stood up and someone's coming from the side and, like, just looking to take a shot.
Or lower, or,
yep,
you know, spear.
Down, like right. That. Yep, completely agree.
I was good for that, too. The nail. The good old nail hit. His head and shoulders. Boom!
And you're the reason why
yeah.
we're not allowed to do this shit anymore.
I want to knock your chin strap loose and your face mask go up like this into your shit. All that.
All of it.
All of it. I'm going to aim at knees, all of it. That's what it was supposed to be.
Right.
It's the gridiron.
It was modern day gladiators.
I don't know what it is anymore.
Nobody hits anymore.
No, you fall on the ground. Even the running backs
hit and roll
are falling on the ground before they take a hit.
Completely.
I don't get it.
I mean,
and then wondering why there's all these injuries nowadays because you don't play the game right.
Right.
You're not conditioning yourself. You're not being calloused.
That's what I was just gonna say. You're not calloused.
Right.
Like, part of acclimation in football back in the day was those first 2 weeks of padded practice sucked.
Shit, the first couple times you spar,
right?
You go home with some headaches. After a while, you like, I'm good.
Right, because you've conditioned yourself to be able to take the impact.
Yeah. I mean, not to take anything away, and I'm not, like, trying to dog any women, but, I mean, at the way we're playing it now, you can add women into the game.
Since you're not allowed to hit.
Right, you can add women into the game now. It could be a co-ed game. I wouldn't quite say at the NFL or college level, but up to high school, yes, it could be a co-ed game.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you would have women that would excel.
Oh, no doubt.
In the current way.
My little brother played against Nick Mangold's little sister.
Who's Nick Mangold? I know that name.
He was an Ohio State center. He was a center for the Jets. I don't know if he's still in the league,
I know that name.
But Matt...
Was she a dog?
You'd have to ask him. I don't know.
She decleated him on a crackback. Tell the truth, Matt. She cracked back.
I mean, I don't know. Like, yeah, it's a different game.
And yeah, when I said that, like I said, I didn't mean like taking anything away from any women.
Right.
I'm not saying like they're not. I'm just saying at a certain level that the difference in gender makes a difference. And I know in this world where, you know, there is no gender, that could be a triggering thing to say. But genetically,
there's a difference.
There's a difference. And when you get to that college pro level, women aren't gonna. You can't.
I mean, truthfully, the last several UFC pay-per-views I've watched.
Oh, the women are the best fighters.
The women are better fighters, and they go at it more.
Right.
The men want to just fucking like spar, basically.
That's another. But there's also the
well, yeah, because
it's
the power difference between men and women.
If one of us connect, chances are the other one's going down.
Right.
If one of them connect, they'll still be around for a little bit.
Yeah. Although I don't know, I've seen some brutal.
They're brutal, but there's no one-shot
championship
knockouts.
Fights. That's true.
You know, even Amanda Nunes doesn't one-shot knock you out.
She stuns them and then finishes the fight.
Exactly, but you don't see a woman just coming in there cleaning you like Mike Tyson or Kimbo. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah. Well, there's a. God, what's the fight tomorrow? Is it Poirier?
Poirier's fighting. Yeah, he's fighting. Damn, they were just talking about it on a podcast I was listening to. He's fighting Cody Garbrandt, dropped down to 135, I believe.
Gotcha.
He's fighting
Charles
Oliveira.
Yeah. So that's the main event, and then the women's the co-main event is Amanda Nunes
Who's she fighting?
Juliana Pena.
Uh-huh.
I might have to watch
Pena.
that. You want to come over?
Yeah, I could do that. I don't got
watch
nothing
one
to
in
do.
a little bit.
Yeah, I don't got nothing to do. Yeah, I like Juliana Pena. I don't know if she's taking Amanda Nunes, but I do think that that's a good matchup for her.
Yeah.
They're both the same fighter, really. Brawler-style fighters.
Probably be the fight of the night.
Probably. And I think she's kind of cute. She's a little more manly looking, but she's cute.
Pena.
Mm-hmm.
We won't.
She's a strong face cute.
We won't turn this into hit the showers, but
right. There's some boxing fights coming on tomorrow too. Right? Lomachenko's coming back.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Fights Richard Comey tomorrow.
I mean, we pop them both on, man.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's going to be on ESPN's. What's the name? So that shouldn't be hard to find either.
Good deal. Then yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, I'm with that. I'll come through tomorrow.
See what your pops is.
We supposed to be doing that. Yeah, I'll call him. We're supposed to be doing a podcast early tomorrow too, because Malcolm's punk ass is taking the family to go see the Nutcracker.
Oh yeah. I think we have tickets, but I think it's just Char and Andrew now.
Going to see the Nutcracker?
Yeah.
At the, what's it called, on Main Street?
Ohio Palace.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Wait, is that the...
No, the Palace Theater.
On Bexley right there?
No, the Palace Theater downtown.
Okay, that's where they took us that one time. You remember that when we was in
Yeah. It was like over at, was it the Drexel that they did it?
Yeah, that one right there by Graders or whatever.
Yeah, Drexel, yep.
Uh-huh. I remember that, and I got this girl's number in the...
of course you did.
Ended up going to high school with her.
Did you?
Uh-huh. I remember that like yesterday.
I think I blocked out most of middle school.
Yeah, see, that's what's crazy is I remember it in flashes.
Yeah.
Like, I remember instances. I don't remember full stories, but I remember... segmented memory.
Yeah.
But I also feel like all of it's there. It's just a matter of a reminder.
Right.
You know?
You need that right neuron to fire.
Right. And then it's like, oh, I remember exactly what happened that day. But I do remember that day. I remember that day almost like yesterday.
Yeah. Speaking of middle school, friend of the show, Ashley.
Uh-huh.
Just bought a house in Tampa.
Uh-huh. What prompted that move?
That's a great question. You should ask her sometime. I told her, I'm like, oh, fuck it. Next time, whenever you find your way down there, like, she's still in New York.
So is she...
I'm like, well, give me the keys.
Right, how is she doing that? Like, is she keeping her job in New York? Like...
She resigned, so she's going to see out the school year, but this place came open, and... She's trying to figure out what she's doing.
God bless Godspeed, baby. You know I'm always on your side.
Right, no doubt. Especially if you got a house in Tampa.
With or without it. Shit, but...
Hey, Cliff, I've got 85,000 Southwest points. You want to take a trip? Let's go see it.
You already know. I don't know if that would match either of us, though.
What do you mean?
Tampa? I don't think that matches Ashley. I know it doesn't match me.
No. I mean, I enjoyed my time down there with Shelby.
I mean, I've been there a few times.
E-Bar.
But, not really my place.
It's a couple hours from Miami.
I've never been to Miami, though.
I haven't either.
Never been to Miami. I loved Orlando.
Orlando's good.
I mean, it just felt like here.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't like we were down there doing music, so it wasn't like I was going out to club or kick it so much. So it was just like, it felt
chill.
like Columbus, like.
Yeah.
Except for the women.
Well.
I'm not down in Columbus women by no means, but goodness gracious, it was like...
Nah, Florida women just dress different.
That might be what it was. That might be exactly what it was, because it was like everywhere you turned, it was like, damn, god damn.
Well, that's what I remember going to the clubs with Shelby way back when, was women out at the club in a thong, like.
I don't want no parts in that. I don't want no parts in that. I don't know what kind of air hitting that box.
I don't want any part of it, but I don't mind looking.
I look, but I probably look like your mom would look at that.
Like,
you should be ashamed of yourself.
Where is your parents?
You know you was raped better than that. Meanwhile, my pants is chub. She like, step back, you dancing kind of close. Feel a little cold coming through on you. Fuck. Now, girl, I know you felt it.
Girl, you know I can't help it.
Oh, shit. Word to Uncle Luke.
This turned into a musical episode.
Listen, something. I've enjoyed myself.
You know, for not having any topics, you know, those shows can always go either way, and I think we're at least on the good side of it tonight. So
yeah, I would agree.
I think we managed to work that one out. What else you got?
Well, where are we talking
any
about?
Any other mid-90s songs to bring up?
I smell sex and candy. Yeah. That's my shit. Marcy Projects, hanging around
downtown by myself,
and I've had so much time to sit and think about myself, and then there she was. That's that shit, man. Like double cherry pie. Yeah, there she was. Like Disco Superfly. That shit hot, man. What happened to them? They were like, now I don't know too much about that kind of music, right? But they were like one-hit wonders, huh?
Yep. There were a lot of those at that era.
Damn, that was a hot-ass song. It didn't matter where you came from. If you heard it, you were like, what is that? I think I like that. That's my shit. Yeah, no, I don't. There were a lot of one-hit wonders in the 90s, though.
The other song that was out around that. So what I remember about that song is that was a summer that I worked at the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, basically doing volunteer work for Kevin. So, like, it was summer school. It had to have been, like, 98. 97, 98. Yeah, it's probably the year that my dad passed away because they wanted me to be doing something over the summer, but I didn't want to do like summer school or anything.
That makes sense. I think that might be.
So it was 97 or 98, right. And it was that. Actually, both of the Carlos Santana songs were.
The Maria
was around that point. Yeah. Smooth was around that point. Was it Natalie Imbruglia, Torn?
I'm alright, I'm torn. I'm all out of faith. This is how I feel. I'm cold and I'm ashamed. Lying naked on the floor. Illusions I was hang. Yeah, I remember that.
And I feel like Ironic was that year too. With
What's Ironic?
Alanis Morissette.
Is it ironic?
On your wedding day.
Don't you think? Man, that's nostalgia, baby. Like, okay, so it's crazy. Like, that word, nostalgia, right? First of all, it's a pretty word, in my opinion. I like the way it sounds, and I like the way it's spelled. You wouldn't think that it sounds the way it's spelled type shit, right? Yeah. Now, it's something about that because, like you said, although those days, those times in our life weren't the best, when you think about something nostalgic, it's like a gleeful feeling that comes over you, regardless of what you were going through in that time. It's like, I don't even know how to describe it. And I wonder,
it's comfortable. It's a comfort thing.
Is that what that is?
I think that's what it is, because it takes you back to a place where even if you had shit going on, like, you didn't have let's face it, we didn't have responsibility.
Right. You might be right. You might be exactly. So
it's almost like a safe headspace because like your biggest problem, like, okay, I had major things going on, but that was the year my dad passed away.
Right.
But like, it was also right before I started playing football. Like,
right. Like there's pluses and minuses, but it's just something about the word and the feeling where it's like regardless of, like you said, of what you were going through, you remember the good times.
Yeah. Well, and for me that tracks especially because my dad passing away brought me back to you, Shelby, and Gordon. Like,
right.
My crew.
Sex and candy.
We do have some stuff out in the chat. Let's see. AJ out there with no choice was either to get it or find another job. Talking about the vaccine. She also chimed in on.
And that's fucked up.
I agree.
That's fucked up. But I mean, I definitely understand it. Like, don't get me wrong. If it came down to it, I would have no choice because I have a daughter.
Right. Well, that was her situation.
Now, let's be honest. If I didn't, I'll go back to selling drugs. I'll hit these streets. Ain't nobody about to tell me I have to do anything.
Right.
But with the responsibilities that I have, it just doesn't make sense to be that negligent knowing that you still have to provide for.
Right. No, I agree.
Unless I have alternate means of providing, and at the moment I just simply don't. So, but at the same time, I've always been hard-headed, so I don't know that would make a difference for me either. If I really feel like standing and dying on that ship, then that's what's going to happen.
It's just whether or not you feel that strong.
Right, and I don't know. My whole thing, like I said, it's not like a huge deal other than I feel like it's just one big science experiment at the moment, and I'm not the kind of guy to be experimented on. Yep. So I would just like more data, more information, and I don't know, worst case scenario, or God willing, that information comes out by the time I have to or choose to take it.
I hear it.
But you know me, if it came down to motherfuckers showing up at my door, make sure your guns is loaded, baby. Because ain't nobody going to hold me down and stick nothing in me. You going to have to kill me first.
No doubt.
And I don't care what they call me. They can call me a terrorist or what. Listen, you heard it on the podcast first. They knock on my door with army soldiers talking about take this vaccine. Everybody ain't making out of that situation. And I promise you that.
There you go.
Listen.
She also chimed in with the calls have gotten out of control. It should always just be blatant calls, not something subtle. Going back to the targeting.
Oh, right.
And then Rhiannon jumping in with a heart for the duet hour that we have going on here tonight.
Listen, we here all week, baby.
You know what else we got?
We're at least
we got Lou Bega with Mambo number 5.
Oh, no. I was about to say I don't know that, but then I felt like I remembered it, and now it's gone again.
It's gone again.
I know I didn't really like it though. Right. I like the vibe.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Right. I know I like the vibe, like what he was trying to do, but his voice was annoying. I didn't like it just wasn't well done to me.
I hear you.
That wasn't good. That deserved to be a one-hit wonder.
It was done better. DMX had a song where he rattled off a bunch of women's names, and then who else? There was another one. Shaniqua,
Dawn, LaShawn, Inez, and Nanisha.
It's just good because it's DMX, baby.
Well,
God rest the dead.
That was Drew Hill. That was Cisco.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that was the classic.
What y'all really want from me?
Yeah, that was the classic.
We're gonna have to just put on a 97, 98 playlist here.
That was back when.
That might be the first mix CDs.
That was back when you could get your little zipper grinded down at a house party. On a lap dance.
You You and I had lived very different lives.
Listen, they grind you so good, your zippers, you walk out the party, your zippers unzipped. You like, God damn. What they play? What these bitches want from a nigga?
They're trying to tell you.
Listen, back when that Back That Ass Up came out, boy, you better watch out, but you might get Me Too yourself, baby. It was ass everywhere. Listen, as soon as that came, if you did not hit that floor, I know females that got pregnant. Got pregnant fully clothed to that song.
That song would still tear up a 30.
I didn't pay. I wasn't paying for no abortion either. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
That song would still tear up a mid-30s wedding these days.
Listen.
There were a lot of good memories to that song.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, get your zipper twerk down.
And then he tried to come back with Nolia clap, and it's like, nah.
That was
still Juvenile, wasn't it?
Nah, that was I mean, he was on it, but that was
that was somebody else.
What the fuck was his name? It was a group. It wasn't a group. It was really just two people.
I don't remember.
Soldier Slim?
Maybe. Actually, that sounds right.
I can't think. But I know it was more than just him on that. I think it was like a group song or something like that.
I mean, it was probably that whole Cash Money clique.
It might have been. Yeah, I don't know. But I know that Back That Ass Up was when he came out with the High. I hated that song.
Yeah.
I hated that song.
Cash Money Records taking over for the 99 and the 2000.
Man, listen, I can still remember. Man.
Getting more than digits to that song.
Now I've never done anything to it, and I don't think that I would ever. I think if I was in the middle of relations and that song came on, I would have to
click skip.
Hop out and skip that.
Alexa, next song.
Right, no. Don't ruin my nostalgia. This might not be a good lay, and I don't want to remember
Don't want to attach this song to that.
20 years from now and say, oh, back that ass up. That stinks. That song stinks. Oh, shit.
Oh, man.
God bless me, like my mama says.
Yeah, I don't know. I got nothing.
You got nothing? You used to DJ them,
I did. I used to DJ all those white boy parties.
Right.
We already hit my hits.
I used to come in and be like, are you sure I'm allowed in here?
Am I okay here? Yeah. Still DRE. That was around that point.
With Eminem?
Yeah, I guess that was more high school.
Yeah.
Nah, Snoop.
Well, no, that was...
It had to have been more high school, because I remember... Maybe not. Maybe
that was right. Like 8th grade into high school.
Okay. Basically, that was what? The Aftermath?
That album? Was Chronic 2.
Or was that Chronic 2?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Still DRE in that, and that's why I said it was about 8th grade, because that Eminem song. Nowadays, everybody want to talk. They got something to say. Nothing comes out when they move to live. That shit came out in the 8th grade, so I know if that came out in the 8th grade, then that still DRE did, because that came out before the Eminem track. That was the first single, and the Eminem was the second.
And next episode was the third.
Yep.
Hey, 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 hey. Smoke weed every day.
Yeah. I had that CD. I remember that. Well, I had both of them. I had the Chronic and the Chronic 2.
There you go.
But yeah,
it's hard to top nothing but a G thing. So
That's different though. You know what I mean?
It's a different vibe. It's a different feel.
Right,
We were
and
younger.
even the different nostalgia. Like when Nothing But a G Thing comes on, I remember seeing my dad and my uncles, drinking and playing dominoes,
right.
and barbecuing and shit. Like that wasn't really any. Like, I don't feel like that song was attached to me.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Like that was attached to them.
What about California Love?
Oh, I love California. Man, I love that was my shit for a while. I knew that whole song back and forth. I could have rapped it to you backwards. Now, if I got pulled over drinking and they said start from Z, I wouldn't be able to help you. But if you told me to rap California Love backwards, I'd be like, they'd be like, he's a devil. Nope, I just know that motherfucker. That will.
You're arguing with them,
right?
No.
That
but
is
I
correct.
But I can rap.
Right?
I California Love
backwards. If you want that, I can't do ZYX, but California Love backwards, I got you.
Hi kids, do you like violence?
Listen,
you want to see me stick 9-inch nails?
Dude, he's smelling my eyelids. That motherfucker. Listen, I don't care what nobody say. Eminem shook the world up.
He did.
How could you not love him when he came out?
Dude, I was listening back to that, and he was just fucking raw, man. Like those first 2 albums of his.
And he said anything.
Yeah, no.
You kind of had to have it. You had to have it.
Give a fuck.
You had to have it. You had to know what he was going to say next.
Right. And then it was about the Eminem show where it all kind of fell apart.
I fell off after the second one, I think. Was that the Marshall Mathers LP?
Yeah,
after that one is when I was like, I don't know about Eminem anymore.
Yeah. I mean, he still have a song here or
yeah,
there.
No, right, but not worth buying a CD over. It didn't give you
yeah.
the same, Eminem got a new shit coming,
Yeah.
He was the first real deal white boy, though.
No doubt. I had the blonde hair for a hot minute.
Did you?
I did.
Did you?
I had the bleach blonde shit in like 7th and 8th grade.
This nigga's a stan. He said, tears grow cold, I wonder why.
Got nothing.
Yeah, Mike was in the bathroom scribbling the letter. Angry as shit with dye running down his forehead.
Fucking peroxide, man.
This will be the last time I ever write your ass.
Come to think about it.
Your mom was probably like,
you gotta stop hanging out with Cliff.
Listen, Cliff ain't gonna have you dyeing your hair white and writing letters, okay? She was trying to check and make sure you didn't have a bitch in the trunk.
Yeah, dude killed his wife on 2 albums.
He said, come to think about it, it was you.
It was you.
Damn. He's so fucking stupid. That song's so fucking weak. And then everybody made it their fucking graduation song. When I stand, was it the original version? Dido or whatever?
Yeah.
Because she had an original song to that as well.
Although I don't think that caught airplay until after Stan.
Right. You are right. I don't know how I remembered her name.
It is Dido, though. Mm-hmm. You're right. Well done.
Don't forget shit. That's his short term. My short term's awful.
Rihanna chiming in. That song, she's talking about back that ass up. That song always just hurt my feelings. I've got the flattest ass.
Right. She ain't twerking no zippers
no style.
No, she ain't twerking no zippers. It's okay. It's all right. You don't got to twerk a zipper down to surprise a motherfucker.
Oh, man.
That's a true story, too.
I bet.
That's a true story. Don't twerk your zipper down if you ain't watching.
All right, man. Well, we are right at 2 hours, and I don't want us to fuck up how good this show was. You got anything to take us out?
No, I'm with you on that. I did not pay for that abortion. I made her do it.
That's fucked up.
It was a lap dance. No, I'm just playing. That didn't happen, but the zipper thing did. But I'm sure some females got pregnant to back that song, ass up.
No doubt.
I'm sure, fully clothed. Some people pre-cum a lot.
Well, that and Sex and Candy.
Listen, Sex and Candy, I feel like that inspired a lot of white vans.
Probably true.
Maybe it wasn't a good song.
I smell sex and candy.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Was Epstein in Marcy Project?
Maybe that's the missing link.
Right, is that the conspiracy? That's what happened. Marcy Project was like, kill this motherfucker before they find out he was the background singer in this movie.
I also think it was Marcy Playground, not Marcy
Playground,
Projects.
Right. Marcy Projects is where Jay-Z from.
Right.
Don't I gotta add some nigga to some shit. I think I said that originally, though. I think I did say Marcy Playground.
We'll roll back the tape afterwards.
I said Marcy
Allegedly.
Projects.
Allegedly. The lawyer...
That's legend.
All right, man. Well, do us a favor. Like, share, subscribe. As always, peace out, fools.